I know that I cannot set foot into heaven with bitterness in my heart, nor anger in my soul. I wouldn't dare ask the Heavenly Father to make any exceptions for my entrance. Instead, what I'd humbly ask is that He allow you to step outside of those pearly gates so that I can borrow about 5 minutes of your time, because for most of my life, since my adolescent years, I've had a bone to pick with you, Eve. You are the sole reason I suffer every 28 days. I dread the timely reminder of your disobedience, of how you had it all: a garden, food, pets, a man. Literally, you had everything. And everything still wasn't enough. Apparently, the saying, when you know better, you do better, just didn't apply to you because you knew better. You said so yourself verbatim. When the serpent asked, "Is it true that God said you can't eat any fruit from any of the trees in the garden?" You replied, "Of course we can eat fruit from the trees in the garden. It's just the tree in the middle of the garden we shall not touch nor eat, lest we will surely die." Initially, you corrected the slick sayings of the serpent that slipped you up, and you could have been strong, Eve. You could have said no, indulged in every other tree you had to eat from, but no. The big old no tree in the middle was a little too enticing for you, pulling at your curiosity, and curiosity killed the cat. Every 3 weeks, I die a little inside because you just had to be a know-it-all. Just had to know good and evil, just like God. And I tried not to blame you. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you had anybody to look up to. You kind of were the first of us women to do this whole life thing. But I mean, sis, how gullible can you be? You knew what God had said. You said what God had said, and you still didn't do what God had said. So on behalf of myself and every other woman that's had to suffer this curse, I want my one. Square up, and hand me in a box. Call it a box for my box, if you will. I got a right hook for every cramp I cried over, and a left one for every back pain I bent over. I got a right uppercut for every mood swing my parents had to put up with, and a left one for every food craving my funds couldn't fulfill. I've got a jab for every cute pair of underwear I've ruined, especially the good ones. When the little friend you invited decided to show up a couple days early, step outside the gates, Eve. I promise we ain't gonna jump you. But this one is for every single one of us, especially my good sister had that issue of blood for 12 years. I know she got to touch the hem of Jesus' garment, but the rest of us weren't so lucky. Don't hide behind Adam. He was there too, and he could get some of this. I got a hot can of whoop it. You know what? Let me calm down, because God is telling me to behave if I want to get up in here. But when we get behind these gates, you better watch your back. Because me and you, Eve, we got red beef.